Who remembers the BJ and Bill show all those years ago on WOLZ? Well, many have said they missed the show, and guess what? They're back. Welcome to the BJ and Bill podcast.
Welcome to the BJ and Bill podcast. This is episode number 34.
Wow.
As I like to say, season 2, episode 8. Good morning, Bill Stevens.
Continues to blow me away that we're up to 34. That's just, it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't, how are we doing this for a couple of old guys? Well, it's easy. We don't have to drive. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to do anything. We just sit here and talk, which heard from a couple of old friends of ours over the past week that subscribed to the podcast, and they were like, wow, you guys are like still funny. I'm like, yeah, thanks. That's the whole plan. So there you go.
So they listened.
They did.
You want to give them a shout out?
Yes. Well, one of them was our old friend, Miss Vicky, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think the other one was Fitzgeorge. I'm not sure. I don't remember, because he was, when you posted on Facebook at the beginning of the NBA playoffs, you know, I'm taking the Warriors, who you got? And I put a Cleveland Cavaliers logo in there, and he just wrote back Homer. And I went, yep. So there you go. Go. Yeah, it's good. I mean, people are listening. It's all good. So how are you doing there?
I gotta always wonder though, how many people that never listened to the BJ and Bill show, the original BJ and Bill show, listen to the podcast. And by the way, with our downloads, it's got to be quite a few.
They are at least getting a taste of it. Let's put it that way, right? Because we don't know. It's hard to tell in the podcast business how long somebody listens. So if you're here for the first time, thank you. Welcome. It's BJ and he's BJ. I'm Bill. We're a couple of old guys who used to be on the radio together, and now we're just having fun doing the podcast thing.
Yeah, something to do in our senior years.
Right.
Besides pickleball.
Oh, I did that. Well, have I told you? I don't remember if I've broke this exciting news that for the last 3 weeks or so, I got a part-time job. I'm delivering pizza for Domino's 3 days a week. It's hilarious and it's fun. And it's during the day. I don't want to be out at night. I'm an old person, right? We all know about driving and old people and eyes at night. So I work lunch times, like, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. or something like that, 3 days a week. And it's cute. It's fun. It's all kids. I'm the old man in the place. But literally there is a Domino's pizza that is, I can walk to it from my apartment. It's literally in the same apartment complex area as my apartment. So, what I said, what the heck? I'll just, because like you said, it's something to do. It's something to do and makes a few bucks.
You gotta love making those few bucks.
And yeah, my credit card monthly payments are very, very happy to see a little extra other than just a bare minimum. So they love that. And so my plan is to, pay off credit cards. And then if I want to keep working, I will, but I probably not. It's not that exciting. I mean, but it's okay. It's fine. You drive around, you listen to the radio.
Now, like does the old Playboy or, Forum magazine stories ever happen where you deliver a pizza and some lady comes to the door and she's naked?
Oh, come on. That's a Playboy magazine fantasy from 1979. And no, it does not. And I do have to say, for the most part, thank God, because you're delivering to people like me and we're not talking like, we're not talking centerfold material here. We're talking, middle-aged people who are home for the day or done with their night shift or whatever, So no, it's not. And nowadays, of course, after the, that pandemic thing that happened a few years ago, all of the delivery companies started with, if you don't, they have this contactless, I'm doing the air quotes, contactless delivery, which all that means is, tell me the address, I leave it on your porch, I knock on the door and I walk away. And so about half my deliveries are contactless, which means I don't even see the other human. And I hope they get out and get their pizza before the squirrels find it. So yeah, it's okay.
Cool. Well, if you ever get any exciting stories, make sure you
exciting stories. I certainly will.
I want to hear about the sultry music and the lady who is naked.
Oh yeah. Now
goes,
I will say that now again, remember that I'm doing this, afternoons, lunchtime up until almost dinner time. So it's not like I'm out on a, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock on a Friday or a Saturday night, but you do open, and the occasional door does open, and that very, very familiar smell comes out of the apartment or the, condo or the what. And it's like, oh, well, we're having a nice afternoon, aren't we?
No wonder they want pizza. They got the munchies.
That's right. No wonder they want pizza. The munchies have struck no matter what. So yeah, it's there. I'm going to say that nowadays, that is it legal? Can we say, is it 100% legal? I don't even know. But
no, it's not.
It's not. But the fact
it should be, but it's not.
Yeah, it could be, depending if you have the medical, and I'm doing air quotes again, the medical excuse for it. And a lot of people find, whatever. So anyway, yeah, it's a lot more prevalent than it was even a few years ago. I mean, wow, you smell that everywhere. So anyway, that's my pizza story, and I'm sticking to it.
Though I bet, because I remember in my earlier days of radio,
yes,
working nighttime and overnight radio,
yes,
you would get some whacked out calls. So I can only imagine delivering pizza like late at night, like 3 o'clock in the morning. Then you might get some of those forum stories that take place as you deliver your pizza.
You might. And I still look forward to that happening, and I will absolutely positively report back to you should something that exciting in my life happen. But normally, well, let's just say up to now, unfortunately, no.
Well, you probably better not report it, because if you report that it happened, then I'll be out trying to get a delivery job the next day.
Yeah. Remember, BJ, I'm in a college town. Young ladies are now, for better or for worse, I don't deliver to the campus and frankly, I'm happy that I don't, because, and again, I'm only doing the afternoons, but if it were a nighttime or an afternoon, I don't want to be roaming around campus trying to find a dorm room or something like that, and that just sounds like a good waste of an afternoon. I drive around, there's houses, I have a couple of trailer parks in my area. I have a couple of condo developments and stuff but so far, knock on wood, no big deals with trying to find deliveries and stuff like that.
Well, I remember I delivered actually when I owned my pizza shop in Cape Coral.
Oh yeah.
Convenience Pizza Magic. I would, every once in a while, if, no one else was around or something, I would deliver that pizza every now and again.
There you go.
It was always kind of interesting when you'd go out, especially in Cape Coral, because, Cape Coral and their canals.
Yep.
Sometimes you would have quite the ride to just go, a few miles.
And was that pre-GPS, or did you have?
No, I had GPS.
Okay, good. God. Yeah. Because if there's no GPS, if there's no iPhone GPS, I'm not doing this job. I'm not that smart anymore to know. And, I've only been, I say only, I've only been in this town for 16 months or so. I don't know it that well. And if I had to look at a map, because we still have the old school map on the wall of our delivery area blown up to like a 4-foot by 8-foot map. So yes, if you really wanted to, you could find it and look at it and maybe right direction. I delivered pizza the first time. This is way, way, way before BJ and Bill. The first time I moved to Fort Myers, and I was working mornings, of course, and I delivered pizza for Domino's. I delivered pizza for Domino's in Fort Myers, Florida, at a store that was just off 41 near downtown. And that was, of course, pre-everything. And you had to either write down where you were going or know where you were going, or put a dime in your pocket so you could make a phone call and say, where the heck are you? And it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare to try and find stuff. Not that Fort Myers is that complicated.
Now, even with GPS, I remember there'd be times that I would have to get on my cell phone and go, where are you?
Right.
I'm not finding you. My GPS is not taking me to your house.
And with at least one of the trailer parks that I deliver to, and it's the closest one, so we deliver there a lot. But the GPS takes you to the office. and there's no directions because it's all private roads. So Google Maps and Apple Maps or whatever, they haven't mapped it out. So it's like, here you are. I'm like, no. I don't want the office. I want unit number 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, way in the back somewhere. So, you got to either call them up and go, where the heck are you? Or some of them have a map, a plan or whatever out there. But so how do we get off on this? Oh, we got off on this about Bill delivering pizza. So yeah, it's again, it's just something to do and make a few bucks and, keep me busy and get a little bit of activity and a little bit of money and all that. And praise God. I mean, seriously, thank the Lord. I am still in a position of health and activity where it's like, I'm not a couch potato. So thank you for that. And I'm, putting it to good use. So there you go.
All right.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
That and your pickleball.
Oh my gosh. Don't start me on here's another big story. I went and I played yesterday, Sunday afternoon. There's an old school OG tennis and pool club in town. Shout out to the 300 Club in Gainesville, Florida. I don't know why it's the 300 Club, but it is old school pool and tennis. And they figured out, wow, there's a lot of these pickleball players out there. So they took like 4 tennis courts. They have a dozen. And they turned them into pickleball courts. And you come on a Sunday afternoon and the pickleball courts are full. And there's like 2 people playing tennis on the room. So it's like they figured out, what makes money. And so anyway, I played some pickleball for a couple of hours with some lovely folks of my age. And, we're getting ready to go. And the guy's like, oh, no, we're not leaving. We go over by the pool. We sit under the umbrella. We have, wine spritzers and pretzels and all that. Come on and join us. So I made some new friends yesterday. It was great. It was great fun. So shout out to the 300 Club.
All right.
Yeah. And now I'm paying the price because I played hard for 2 hours with people who could actually play. And so my body today is a little bit like, okay, we're not doing anything today, Bill. We're sitting and we're taking it easy today, Bill. Yes.
Well, I guess you could say I exercised a little bit yesterday.
I've been talking all morning. You tell us what's going on here.
Well, because it says that, by watching a 90-minute horror movie, you can burn up to 185 calories.
This is today's new internet fun fact.
Yep. And I actually enjoyed the movie. And when I saw the previews, I said, this is going to suck.
Uh-oh.
But I watched Cocaine Bear yesterday afternoon.
Oh, did you? I saw the previews and it's like, is this funny? Is this a horror movie? Is it a scary movie? Is it supposed to be a comedy scary movie? Is there such a thing? So anyway, Cocaine Bear.
I'll tell you what, if you do watch, and I'm going to give everyone this heads up.
Okay.
Because I think it makes the movie it is a funny movie and it is kind of way out there.
Okay.
But the Cocaine Bear is actually a true story.
I heard that.
So before I watched the movie, I watched the documentary on the Cocaine Bear.
Okay.
Very interesting documentary. Now, obviously what they said that the bear did get into the cocaine.
Right.
And it probably, died pretty daggone quick.
Probably.
From an overdose.
Probably, especially if he did a ton of it, a lot of it.
Well, in the movie, the bear basically gets hooked on cocaine. And so what it's got all these people coming to the area where, if you know the story, the parachutes drop cocaine all throughout this wooded area.
Okay. I don't really know the story. So it was California, I'm guessing.
No, it actually was in Georgia. And the guy was like a big name money guy in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay. In Georgia.
Or was it Lexington? Maybe it was Lexington.
Whatever.
But it was in Kentucky. And so he was actually flying drugs in. He was a pilot. He would go get drugs and fly them in. Well, one particular flight, he was like dropping cocaine all throughout the woods.
Right.
And then he actually jumped out of the plane himself, but the parachute never opened. Let's just say that.
Oops.
So somebody found him dead on the ground outside their house after hearing this big thump. So that's the real story.
Okay,
then, of course, a bear found one of the bundles.
Right.
But they never found much of the cocaine. So they often wonder if it was a 2-man deal and someone else went through and found the drugs.
Yeah, no, man. The bear found it and he stashed it away somewhere.
Basically what it is, there's bad guys looking for the cocaine.
Right.
There's police looking for the cocaine. There's like 3 kids that terrorize the forest.
Right.
And they find the cocaine.
Of course.
The bear, obviously.
Of course.
And there's 2 kids that ran away. So their mom's out looking for them because she wanted to take a picture or paint a picture of some waterfall that was in the. So there's a cast of characters.
Okay.
And they all find cocaine.
Okay.
And when they find it, guess what?
The bear finds them.
The bear wants it because it finds them. And I would have to say it is a very humorous horror movie, kind of like Jaws, He wants to eat everybody.
Well, Jaws didn't start out as being a humorous movie, but over the years, it's become like a meme of itself. It's like its own, right? It's like you've seen it so many times. It's like now you laugh at it because, there goes the shark, chomp, chomp, chomp. There goes the shark again. But yeah, it didn't start that way. So, well, whatever. I'm guessing. I don't know. We'll have to talk to Spielberg about that.
I would give it out of 5 stars. I would probably give it 3.5, 4 stars.
Cool.
Like I said, when I saw the trailer, the preview, right. I said, this is not the movie I want to watch. My wife goes, but everybody talks about it. Got such high acclaim.
Right.
So I said, okay. And the first thing I clicked though was the documentary, which I didn't know I was clicking, but I clicked the documentary.
Okay.
I watched it on Paramount, by the way. Not Paramount. On
not Netflix.
NBC's
Peacock.
Peacock. So I watched it on Peacock, and first I hit the documentary. Then I said, okay, I'll watch the movie. And I watched the movie, and the documentary was interesting. The movie was interesting, but yet funny.
Okay.
So I will give it thumbs up. If I was one of those reviewers, I would give it a thumbs up. But
Siskel and
you may want to really think where your humor level is if you want to watch it.
So all of this started with BJ's internet fun fact of the day, which is you burn more calories when you're watching a horror movie. And I'm guessing that's because it raises your heart rate a little bit, or at least that's the point.
Well, if that's the case, I should have lost a lot of weight over the weekend.
Oh, please. How much? Did you make up for the lost time with potato chips or ice cream?
Probably so, but
I
watched a lot of basketball and a lot of wrestling. I mean, not wrestling. I'm sorry. A lot of NASCAR.
Oh, you did?
And
I watched a lot of basketball, 0 NASCAR. But tell us what was the highlight for you?
I'm just saying that there was a lot of, especially if you watch that. I'm a Warriors fan.
Yes.
I think that game had like 26 lead changes. That was a game, even though my team lost by 3.
Mm-hmm.
That was a game. That will be a series, my friends.
Of course, as we record this,
they'll have already played 2 games.
Yeah, they will have, because there's another game Monday night. It depends on the series.
Yeah, tonight there's the second game for the Warriors tonight.
Okay.
And the Lakers, I think, play again tomorrow. They won pretty handily, though. They
yeah. All right,
they looked really good.
Yeah. Oh, for some reason, Alexa is talking back to me from my bedroom. I don't know why, but she's trying to tell me something, and I'm not really listening. Oh, yeah. Morant, Giannis injuries, cast. I'm on NBA.com, and there's pictures of Ja Morant on the ground and all of that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of injuries. I think the Lakers will definitely take this series.
Right. So tonight, Brooklyn, Philadelphia. Yep. Golden State, Sacramento. That's it. Just 2 games tonight. And then my Cavaliers are Tuesday night. Again, by the time you hear this, we should probably not be talking about it too much, because by the time you hear this, those games will all be. Here's something I hadn't seen before. Speaking now, it has nothing to do with the game itself, but in Sacramento, when the Kings won, they have this cool thing. They do the light the beam. Have you ever heard of that?
Never heard of it, but I got to see it, and it's like, whoa.
That's super cool. I mean, they what do they say? 3 or 4 gigantic purple laser beams that shoot straight up from the arena after the game, after a win. And, somebody gets to push the big purple button on the thing, and it's light the beam. And I'm like, I've never heard of that, but it's like, wow, it's almost like Star Wars or some other fantasy movie kind of a thing.
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
but it was totally different. It was like back in the 70s, if you would go to the Houston Astrodome and they would hit a home run.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they had lights and
Oh,
boom.
really?
But it was like just crazy. And back in those days,
Cool.
obviously it wasn't lasers and all that other
Right.
thing.
Right.
Now it's a whole lot cooler. But back in those days, you're going, oh my God, that is just so cool.
Yeah. Well, they got to, they got to make it a show now. They have to make it, a big time show and all that. So,
And what's good too about Sacramento is
Mhm.
they have not been in the playoffs ever. And so the crowd was just 100%
oh yeah,
behind them and into the game, which I really think that probably helped a whole ton too.
Yes, it did. Didn't help my Cleveland Cavaliers in their first playoff game in a long time. Well, since LeBron's days in Cleveland, but Cavaliers, lost their home opener playoff game. Well, that's all right. So we shouldn't, whatever. We'll catch you up on that after some more games are played. So NBA is just getting started into the playoffs. Now, have you watched any baseball this year? Because
No.
they started the whole pitch clock thing, kind of like in football in the NFL, where you only have 30 seconds to get a playoff or whatever it is, 34, 24 seconds, whatever it is. There's a clock that you have to pick, so no more of this back and forth and scratch your nose and tie your shoes and throw it you have to deliver a pitch within 15 seconds. And I've watched a game or two and it's like, that really seems to make it different. I don't know if it makes a difference to the overall game to make it that much faster, because everybody was complaining that it's taken too long, but it really seems like it
some of
speeds things up.
that was, like I said, though, but I have lost interest in baseball since being a kid. But that was some of the history of people who really enjoy baseball.
There was a whole, yeah, I know, but they're trying to, I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe that Major League Baseball is seeing the writing on the wall. And it's like, okay, most of our fans are, 60 years old plus, and, those folks aren't getting any younger, and there aren't any new, like you're not into the game anymore. And I'm not saying I totally am. I'll watch a game now and then, especially when it gets to be important in the fall. But yeah, it's, they got to try and attract, they got to try and attract more, modern, younger fans. Let's come right out and say it. Without younger fans, the game is just, you're going to be playing it to empty stadiums. So I don't know what's.
Now, I know my grandson is into the Bulls.
Right.
He's still into the NBA like his dad was into the Bulls.
Right.
And his dad was a big Cubs fan. Still watches some Cubs games, but I don't know if my grandson is into baseball or not.
Okay.
Not sure on that.
Not
Maybe
sure.
I'll need to ask.
Right.
To find out if the younger generation is watching baseball or not.
Well, we know your son's a big sports fan and baseball fan and all that, so maybe he passed some of that on to his son and your grandson. So we'll see. Don't know. What else? All right. Well, look at all this catching up we're doing. It's been awesome. So anyway, I just, just to recircle back to that, losing weight when you watch a horror movie thing. Keep in mind, folks, that, that's if there's no potato chips or popcorn or ice cream while you're watching the movie, of course. So
well, he just took away the fun of the movie now.
I understand. I totally understand. Took away the fun of the movie. I get it, but can't help it.
As we say that, though.
Yes.
What is your favorite type of movie? And that was today's question, which, we're recording this on a Monday on our Facebook page, BJ and Bill podcast. You can go there every day and answer a different question.
Yes.
But what is your favorite type of music? I mean, not music,
movie.
But movie.
I admit it. I still to this day, the big budget sci-fi action thriller, whatever, Star Wars, Star Trek, Avengers, whatever. I know. Don't hate the messenger or whatever that line is, that it's like, yeah, I get it. It's infantile. It's juvenile. It's like teenagers like that sort of thing. Yep. Me too. Can't help it. I just
That's more manly than me, though.
Oh, really?
Give me a good rom-com and I am there, baby.
Well, that's good. I mean, well, it's not good for you for your dating life because you don't have a dating life. But if I were to have a dating life, it would probably be good for me to be a romantic comedy fan because that would help me with the ladies more. I would think.
Well, I don't know. All rom-coms pretty much the same. So
of course they are.
I don't think it would really change anything. You know, I don't know if it would improve my dating life, although I could go to the movies with a lady friend that liked rom-coms and enjoy it with her. Like my wife watches a lot of Hallmark.
Right.
And that's
which are all the same movie.
Yeah.
Exactly the same movie.
Yeah, it's just different characters and
different faces,
themes.
different names. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but I enjoy them.
Okay.
So that's I guess that's my I think I would be prouder to say I like sci-fi than I like rom.
I'm kind of making a face here. I'm kind of making a face over that. And it's like, really, what's the attraction? What's the, I mean, literally you've seen one, you've seen them all. Now, I will admit that if you've seen one Avengers movie, you know, bad guy trying to take over the world, they're pretty much all the same too, except, okay, we have different bad guys. We have different superpowers. We have different, you know, secret weapons, all of that stuff. So what's the attraction to the rom-com thing? I mean, what is it that you like about them?
I don't know. I guess it's like guy meets girl, guy don't like girl don't like guy. They get to know one another. Then guy likes girl likes guy. And then something really off the wall happens and guy don't like girl don't like guy. And they go their separate ways. But you know what?
In the end,
they end up in the ending. They're together. And if it's Christmas time movie, that's snowing and they're kissing. If it's a summertime movie, they're by the lake or something and they're kissing. But you know, they're all the same.
See, you could write one or two of these.
I could easily.
I'm sure. Now there's something I'm sure that, you know, you could do with AI, with artificial intelligence. You could probably feed in the parameters into an artificial intelligence thing and just have it spit out 100 scripts for rom-com movies with no problem. Just how many do you want? Here they are. Congratulations, Hallmark.
It seems like successful woman goes back to hometown, meets old hometown boyfriend, or opposite. You know, the big successful big city man goes back to his small town,
right?
Because he has to, like, you know, buy out the company cookie shop that's run by his girlfriend he knew back in high school. And they're all, like you say, they're all the same.
They're all the same. It's always a story somehow of opposites attract. Like you said, successful woman from the big city comes back to town, meets the farmer boy that she knew in high school. Successful businessman from the big city comes back to small town, meets the little store owner that he knew. Yeah, exactly. Opposites attract. And they, like you said, at the beginning, they're always button heads. They're always arguing. They're always, you know, and that lasts for the half an hour. And then something happens to change somebody's mind. Oh, I never saw that side of him before. Oh.
And what's really funny, if someone's walking down the street in the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
And they're carrying coffee or donuts.
Yes.
Or a cake.
Yes.
Or anything. And they run into somebody and it goes on the other person. At that point, just 5 minutes into the movie, you know, they're going to end up with that guy.
Hadn't thought of that, but great idea.
But it happens every time.
There is and I saw a YouTube video with some writer or playwright, you know, some guy who writes plays or novels or whatever, you know, and he says, watch to see the first time you see something that can be used as a weapon, a gun, a knife, a big stick, whatever. He says, because by the end of the movie, somebody's going to use that on somebody else. So it's like, but it's similar, but the spilled coffee thing. I totally get it. I'm walking down the street. I'm on my phone. I'm carrying a cup of coffee or two, and I bump into some pretty girl. Splash. Oops. Sorry. There it is.
And she's, of course, at the time, so upset.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to a meeting. This is my best outfit. You have ruined it. And then of course they see them 5 minutes later in the movie and they go, oh,
Yes.
oh, him, her, oh.
And then, like you said, before the movie is over, they are the ones kissing on the beach or in the snow or whatever. Yes, absolutely. Perfect. See, look, we got it all figured out already. It's totally amazing.
Why watch another rom-com? Because they're all the same.
They're all the same. That's my point. And it's not even like it's like the language is this. And I'm no expert. You've watched obviously your share of rom. I'm not going to say I've never seen one, because I have. I've seen one or two, and that's enough. It's like, okay, I get it. I understand. Which is funny because I've eaten a lot of pizza in my time, but like tomorrow, could I have another pizza? Yeah, I could have another pizza tomorrow. So I don't, some things don't get old, I guess.
Right. And I don't know if I'd watch this as much if I wasn't, my wife wasn't into it. So I started getting into it.
Okay.
But now I hate to admit this, but I'm going to, folks. I would say I'm into it as much as she is nowadays. Oh, what's this week's new Hallmark movie about?
Wow.
And then of course, if you watch Hallmark, which you don't,
no,
but they have a lot of the same characters. Like they have a handful of guys and a handful of girls.
You mean actors?
Yeah.
Okay.
That are in each of their movies. They team up with different people. Like this girl may be with this guy next week, and the week after that maybe with. So there's like 5 to 10 main male and main female characters, I think, that they hire.
Okay.
And of course, as you go along, when a movie starts, oh man, I love her, man. She's like one of my favorite actresses that they have. Oh, I like him. He's like one of my favorite actors that Hallmark has.
Right.
So that's kind of funny too, because you have your personal. I don't know. It's all stupid, and my credibility has went down to zero.
It's fine. You're fine.
Ladies say, I wish I could find a man like that.
Really? Do you think? I don't know that that's true or not. It might be. I mean, yeah. Who knows? So anyway, look at that. Look at the time. Holy cow. We've really covered a lot of ground here, but it is time for a quick break. Let's take a break. Go refill your coffee or whatever it is you're drinking. What's that?
We're coming back with a very important subject.
Oh, a tease, a very important subject. I have no idea what it is, so we will all find out together in just a moment.
I can give you the tease, and then they can think about it.
Go for it.
10 things you should remove from your wallet and store in a safe place.
10 things. Oh, wallet to remove from your wallet. Okay. I'm curious. Doggone it. Now I'm curious. All right, everybody. We'll be back in just a second. Welcome back. I'm Bill Stevens. That's BJ Odom. This is the BJ and Bill podcast. And if you're curious or would like to know more or would like to get in touch, we'd love that. So come on over to the Facebook page, as BJ mentioned. It's at BJ and Bill podcast. If you just do a search, you'll find us there on Facebook. And also, you can just reach out with a direct email, bjandbillpodcast@gmail.com. And in both cases, remember, you have to spell out the and, BJ Bill podcast. There you go. So before go ahead.
And speaking of emails, I don't think people know who you are.
What do you mean know who I am? Bill Stevens?
Because I bet you I've seen like 4 or 5 now that people want to build us a website.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, great. Yeah. yeah. I get, I people just email, they find businesses on Facebook. They find whatever. I'm in a couple of investing groups on Facebook. So about 3 or 4 times a week, I'm getting a direct message, a DM that's like, hey, have you heard about this great opportunity? Hey, have you heard about this great way to invest? I'm like, yeah, no, and no. Hard pass, as the young kids say. Hard pass. Thank you, not.
Are you ready to get into this?
So before, and by the way, hopefully all this works out, folks, because we had a little mechanical problems at my end here where I'm recording this podcast and I had to go through a whole, bunch of hoops to jump through to get back on the air here. So before we left, and it was, I know for you, it was only seconds ago, but for me, it was quite a while. The things what you should take out of your wallet. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Tell us again.
Here it is. 10 things you should remove from your wallet and store in a safe place. Well, the very first one is, it would have been my answer anyway.
Which
and
is?
I don't have this in my wallet.
Cash.
I don't know if you do or not. I don't have that in my wallet either.
No, I don't have that. No.
Social Security card.
Correct. And I do not have that in my wallet. Thank you very much. I have it it's not exactly a safe place, but it's in my file cabinet over here in my office. So yes. If somebody broke in and demanded my Social Security card, I could find it in 2 seconds.
It'd be about 5 seconds for me.
Yeah.
I think I know where it is, and it's here in the office. Oh, I've said too much.
Don't tell anybody. Don't. Shh. It's a secret. It's a top secret.
Oh, I thought maybe your computer was going nutso again.
No. Actually, I was it's Monday morning. So Monday morning is the time when BJ and Bill record their podcast, and perfectly timed. It's the time when the lawn maintenance guys come by my apartment. So there we go. So I might mute it for a second while you tell us the next item.
It's another thing that I don't do, but I know probably some people do. Multiple credit cards.
Well, define multiple.
Now, I usually carry 2,
right,
just in case, every once in a while. It hasn't happened to me in years, but this one's not working. So it's always good to have a backup. But my multiple, I guess, would be 2. I never have more than 2 credit cards in my wallet at one time.
I'll have to think about that. I know it's not many because I have one of I don't even, it's not really a wallet even, whatever I carry. It's a money clip that has a pocket on it that you can stuff 2 or 3, a driver's license and maybe 2 credit cards into. So, and so, yeah, I probably only have 2 or 3 credit cards tops myself for sure.
Okay. So far you're doing good.
I am. I'm proud to say. Now, here's where I should be fine because I don't carry hardly anything in my wallet. And I remember, a lot of friends and all that, they have these like bricks of wallets that they carry around with 100 things. So what's next?
Which I've never carried in my wallet either. Checkbook, or even like one check. Every once in a while you want just that one check in case you need a check. But I can't even remember the last time I wrote a check.
I can't. I can because I went to a meeting. I went to one of my little senior group meetings or something like that. And that's the only thing they could take. And I really had to fish around in my, cabinet, in my, in my file drawers to find a check that I could write. Yeah, no, I would never carry a checkbook. I don't even have one. I just have the books of checks that you get from the bank. And I have a couple of them in my file cabinet. And no, I would never. Although I know, like, my mother used to carry like one check or something in her checkbook just in case. But that was back in the day when checks were a thing.
Yeah, you used to have to like write a check for everything.
Yeah. Grocery store, the whole thing. Absolutely. All right. So I think we're probably all good with the check thing. What else?
Work ID. Do you have your ID that says you work for Domino's?
I do not.
Or do you have an ID that says?
I do not have a work ID. I used to. Now, in the old days, not that old, when I worked for Apple Computer, of course, we had the little ID, the computerized ID cards to let you in and out of the building and all of that sort of a thing. But I would never put that in my wallet. No, I would, it was on a lanyard that you wore around your neck, kind of a thing.
Now, of course, at my last radio station, or a lot of times you put that card
right
at the little thing by the door, and then all of a sudden the door will let you in.
Yes.
We had pass numbers, and each person had their own pass number to get in.
Oh, fancy.
So that was pretty high tech.
Fancy.
And this, you know what? I hate to admit it, but I have never in my entire life even had one of these. A passport.
You don't have a passport?
Nope. I could never leave the country. I don't have a passport. I could have bad guys after me and I go, I got to get out of the country.
Nope.
I'd have to wait however many days it is to get a passport.
It's a long time. It can be weeks.
Know.
It can be. Now, I would never carry a passport either with me. Why would you do that? We're not, I mean, it's still a free country, sort of. So, we're working on that. But yeah, no, it's big and bulky. And why would you carry that? And now I'm nobody to talk because I didn't have my first ever passport until 5 or 6 years ago. I had never had one either. And so I got one when I was living in Sarasota. So my then lady friend and I were going up to visit some folks in Canada. And you didn't even used to need a passport to go to Canada. Now you do. And same thing when I lived in Phoenix. You would drive to the border and walk over the border into Mexico, and that never needed a passport. I don't know if it does or not. I haven't tried it. But Canada, you definitely need your passport nowadays, which is kind of weird, but whatever.
Well, nowadays, even like you used to be able to go on those like weekend cruises or whatever to the Bahamas.
Yes.
You need a passport now to cruise.
You're right. Now that you mention that, you're right. And I've done that too. I remember when, again, it was probably 20 years ago when we would go on the little 3 or 4 day cruise out of Miami and you'd go to the Bahamas and, whatever, Nassau. No, you never needed a passport for that. Never.
All right. Never list of your passwords.
Oh, no, never do that. Never, ever, ever do that. That's the dumbest thing ever. It's funny when I did the computer work, when I was in Fort Myers and Sarasota, I had a little side gig when I wasn't doing the radio with BJ Odom. I had a little side gig that I would go to people's houses and fix their computer. It's like the grandkids were here over the weekend. Now nothing works. Okay, I can fix that. And I would arrive at people's houses and they would have those little Post-it notes, the little sticky notes, the yellow Post-it notes, all around the edge of their computer with all their passwords on them. And I would say, next week when your credit card bill comes and you just bought a brand new giant flat screen TV, that'll be at my house. But yeah, don't carry password. Nowadays, of course, if you have your phone, if you have your iPhone or your Android, I can't speak for Android, but I can speak for my iPhone. I can put passwords on a secure note that needs either a Face ID or a fingerprint or something, and it's pretty darn secure, pretty secure. So
okay,
anyway.
good, because I have a lot of those like that.
Don't ever carry written passwords. That's asking for trouble.
You know what? Now I will admit I have one of these in my wallet, and I don't know why. I guess they would be. Well, if you lose your wallet, but a gift card that's not fully redeemed.
Well, why would you carry one that was fully redeemed? Because it's useless. But I get it. But what am I supposed to do with it? I'm supposed to carry. Well, I mean, now I will admit that if you looked into my car in the glove box, you would probably find 1 or 2 Starbucks cards and 1 or 2 Dunkin' Donuts cards that probably each have, $2 or $3 on them. Good luck. Go knock yourself out. If you want to go and steal those, don't break anything in the car, steal the gift cards, go enjoy a cup of coffee on me. That's fine.
Now I have one gift card in my wallet right now, not fully used.
Right.
But I don't know when I'm going to go again. So I always have it in my wallet. I've got a Disney gift card my son gave me for Christmas.
What, Disney gift card? Wow. Can you use it for park admission?
Well, we already have passes, so that's
okay.
That's
useless. How much is it worth?
I usually use it for like if we go somewhere to eat or something.
Right.
Because my wife, she buys all this stupid stuff. She buys all the stuff. Buys all that.
I know all the stuff.
But I don't.
Right.
So, I've only used ours. Like if we go to one of the restaurants at Disney, or
sure,
something like that, I'll use it there. But that's all I've ever used it for. And I've had it since Christmas.
Well, I think on the last podcast or one of the previous episodes, you said that you have a credit card that when like for reward points, you get Disney credit or something like that, which
my
is cool.
wife has that. I don't even see that card.
And that's cool because, if that's something that you use, obviously you have season passes to Disney. So obviously you're there often enough. So yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah. Now you didn't answer. Is it worth anything? Is it like more than $5?
Oh yeah. It's probably worth about 50.
Ooh. Okay, folks, there's your guy. That's fine.
Here's something that I've never, ever carried on me, let alone my wallet.
Which is
Too damn big to carry in your wallet. Your birth certificate.
why?
Who would? And
Who
why?
would? Who would do that? You're right. That would be silly. I mean, why? I guess maybe if you're really, really, really old school, and I mean like, our parents' generation, maybe you would have that with you or something, but I can't imagine why. It makes no sense. It doesn't.
Now, here's something I don't have in my wallet and never have.
Which is?
I don't know if I've ever owned one. A library card.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on, man. No library card?
You gotta what? Yeah,
You're
you gotta
almost
read
not
a
my
book to
friend
have a
anymore.
library card.
You got to go to the library. Now, I have several of them because when you get a library, at least here, now I don't know where you're at. What county are you in? What county is that?
Right now we're in Lake
County. Here in Alachua County, we're pretty high tech on that sort of thing. And when you get your library card, it comes on the little plastic sheet that has a big one, like a credit card sized one, and it has a little one, like a key fob sized one. But they both just have the same scanner code on it. So if I'm in the library, I just scan the code and it knows who I am and I'm off to the races. So if I had my keys here, I would show you, but I don't have my keys are over in the other room. And I would show you that my library card is on my key ring right now. Doggone it.
Well, you better hope nobody
library card.
You better hope nobody, takes out 50 Shades of Gray and then doesn't take it back.
In my name. But if they do, I want to meet that lady. So.
Now, here's something that I have had in my wallet in the past.
Right. I'm not letting you off the hook by this. You better have a library card soon, young man. That's all I'm saying. But go ahead.
I don't
Finish
even know
the
where
story.
the library is. House key.
House key in
At
your
one
wallet?
time, I used to have a spare house key in my pocket. I mean, in my wallet, but that's been years ago.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, I think I've seen other people that have done that. Yes. But again, my wallet is super small and super thin, and there's no way I would ever be able to carry a key there. But I get it. Now I'm in an apartment, so it's,
I see why, because the house key and also would probably have your license or something in your wallet.
Right.
And they know your address.
Oh, sure.
They have your key.
Absolutely. That's the worst. You're right. Now, see, there's a real life example of why that's a bad idea. What else?
Those are your 10 things you should never have.
That was 10?
That was 10.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep asking. I'm gonna ask you next week. I better write this down. Did you get your library card yet?
I already know what the answer will be.
No. Read a book sometime.
I think when I was a kid, because you had to go to the library for different things, I had a library card. Maybe I don't know. I probably lost it within a week or two after I had it.
This is a true story. When I arrived in Gainesville, of course, the first thing you got to do is you got to go and change your address on your driver's license. So Driver's License Bureau, shout out to Driver's License Bureau for Alachua County. Well-run operation. Make an appointment, show up, come right in, sit right down, take care of it. Literally got my new driver's license, literally drove from the driver's license office to the library to get my new library card, and was proud to tell the librarian, I'm new in town. I got my driver's license. Here I am for the next important thing that I need, my library card. She was like, oh, that's so nice, sir. That's so nice. I'm like,
if I go in there and ask for a library card, the lady will look at me and laugh. That's what will happen.
Get out of here. Who are you? Get out.
We know your history.
Oh, man.
What are you going to do? Just flash your library card to think, look how cool I am. I have a library card.
That's I'm on one hand flabbergasted, on the other hand not surprised. So what am I going to do? I don't
think my wife anymore has a library card. She used to.
She worked for the school system.
Yeah, she used to have a library card. I don't think she has a Lake County library card.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. She worked for Lee County Schools for what, 100 years?
30.
30. Wow. Wow.
That's how she got her retirement.
God bless her. Wow.
Hey, you know Bart Anderson, right?
Yes, he and I are Facebook friends, and I see his posts often.
He told me that we should talk about on the podcast misheard lyrics.
Misheard.
I remember when I was a
lyrics.
kid, I used to sing the wrong lyrics.
Sure.
And somebody say, that's not the right lyric. That's not the
Sure.
right words.
Sure.
But I sing lyrics that are wrong on purpose sometimes. Like, you know, Bad Moon Rising
Right.
by CCR.
Of course. Creedence Clearwater.
There's a bathroom on the right.
Everybody does that one.
And then like back in a band, we used to do Driving My Life Away by Eddie Rabbitt. Remember that one?
Yes.
Ooh, I'm driving my
Driving
life
my
away.
Yeah.
Looking for a better day.
Yeah.
We had good harmony in our band, although I didn't sing, but all the other guys did.
Right.
And we would always sing, or I should say they would always sing. Oh, wait, now I forgot the lyric. What is it?
Uh-oh. Ooh, I'm driving my life away.
Ooh, I'm driving my life away. Then I go, ooh, I'm driving my wife away. Looking for a better.
Look, I know what rhymes with that too. Yeah, we could make a whole show out of that. Maybe we need to do that next week or something, is find some, because there's so many. And there are some song lyrics that you hear, and I mean, you hear the song, but it's like, I have no idea what they're singing. I can't even make that out. I don't understand. No. Somebody, one of the young kids I follow on YouTube, one of the tech guys, says he just tried it, and he says it works on both it works on iPhones and Android. So whatever phone you have, there's that app that you can, it's called Shazam, and not the superhero, but you can like, if you're in a store and the Muzak is playing a song and it's like, oh, what is that song? You can tap the phone and the phone will listen and tell you what the song is. And
I may not have a library card, but I use that app often.
what he was, the follow-up to that is, he says it's getting so good at recognizing songs that now you can do what BJ and Bill were basically just doing, is you can sing to it or hum to it, or, da 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 da, and it will take its best guess as to what you're trying to sing, which is incredible how smart these things are getting. So, and it gives you like a percentage. Okay, this is a 40% chance that this is Eddie Rabbitt driving my life away. So I haven't tried it yet, but I'm looking forward to giving that a shot. So
now it's been around for a while.
Yeah, the Shazam app has been around for a while. Yes.
And I've even used it, like, let's say I'm in a bar.
Right, a
Or
bar.
some establishment, with a band.
Uh-huh.
And now I haven't tried this recently because it would never work before. But like, there'd be a band on stage doing a song. And I go, oh man, I wonder who that is. I know that song.
Right.
And I would hit it, and it would the circle would go and go and go and go. And then I'd say, this song is unrecognizable.
Oh.
But they'd be singing the right song, but it still wouldn't. But I haven't done that recently. So maybe what you're saying is,
I think they've upped their
updated.
game. Yeah, I think they have upped their game. I really do.
Let's see here. Let me go.
Yeah.
Let me go to my Shazam now.
Yeah. Do I even have it on here? I know that I used to have it on my little control panel, and I
Probably if I sing enough of it, though, we got to pay BMI ass kept.
Oh yeah, because it'll be on. Yeah, but if you sing it, is it? Yeah, you would have to pay it still. You really would.
Oh, I know what. Ooh, I'm driving my wife away. I'm looking for a better day. Ooh, I'm driving my wife away. It's still searching for something to say. Ooh. Hang on.
And now we're waiting. Okay.
I don't know. This is tough.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no result.
No results. Oh man. That's terrible. All right, I'm gonna have to give that a shot on mine to see if it's.
Yeah, try that in like if you're ever in a restaurant or something. Well, restaurants usually play like the real music.
Right. All right. So I have added now see on the iPhone, you have the app, but you also, if you go to you can also add, there's the Shazam app is kind of built in. So if I tap that, ooh, I'm driving my life away, looking for a better day. Yeah, I don't know if that did anything or not.
Yeah, you probably got to sing more of the song. I think
probably.
Because I mean, usually it takes like 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And then of course you're paying BMI ASCII.
Right. Yeah. No. All right. So yeah, we're fooling with this enough here. We'll
But the next time that I am in a establishment with live entertainment. Well, let's just say just last week, I wasn't really in a bar. We were at a farm.
Right.
Southern Farms. It's cool, man. They got like stuff for the kids to do.
Okay.
They sell honey. You can pick peaches in peach season, blueberries is blueberry season, strawberries and strawberries. And they usually have they have food vendors, selling different foods.
Oh, cool.
It's like a little fair.
Farmers market fair. I love those things. Yeah.
And so they had a guy with a acoustic guitar.
There
the last time we were there, and he was singing a song. I go, oh man, who does this? And I hit it and it wouldn't find it. I'll have to do a little more research on that. So there we go. So lots to figure out here with songs and stuff like the darn phones are too smart now. It's just, you can't keep up with what's going on there. So it's all right. I'm a little upset with my girl.
Oh, your girl?
Which
one?
Or wait, no, Alexa. Sorry,
Alexa. Oh, the one that begins with A. I can't say her name. She whose name must not be spoken because she is sitting on the desk right next to me here. So yes. Why are you mad?
I've been asking her to play BJ and Bill, the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Which she will do if you do that. Say
yes.
Your favorite girl's name.
Yes.
Play BJ and Bill, the podcast.
You have to do it that way because that's the way it's listed on the podcast directory. Yes.
Yes. But it's like every time I do it, we may have just recorded a new one and it, every Wednesday, the new ones, hit.
Right.
It always goes to some prior episode. It never goes. And I'll say, play the latest episode of.
Oh.
And it always goes back to some other one. And one time I was listening and it was going backwards.
Maybe it's playing them in order. I don't know. Alexa, play BJ and Bill, the podcast.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Oh, way to go. You have a dumb one.
Podcast.
Are you blonde? Alexa, are you blonde?
Alexa, are you blonde?
I don't actually have any hair.
Oh, straight answer. Okay, fine.
Oh, what's up with that?
I don't, yeah.
I call mine a DA. So much. What? She doesn't like that either.
I'll bet not. Don't be cursing at Alexa. She'll curse back at you or something.
No, she won't. I've tried to really hunk her off.
I'm surprised she wouldn't play the podcast because I've gotten it to play in the past too.
Yeah, it does on mine. I just was before today's recording.
Yeah.
I was hoping to hear, episode 32, which I have not yet heard.
Right.
That was our latest. We're on 33 now. So are we on 34? I don't know.
I hear you. So what if you did that?
Whatever it was, I was looking for the latest episode and she played 32 or something like that. 31. I mean, no, 30 or 31. She was totally off.
Alexa, play the latest episode of BJ and Bill, the podcast.
Getting B&J on the rocks from Spotify. Here's the latest episode. Episode 34, The Donner Party.
The what? That's the rocks? What? Oh, and now it's somebody else's podcast and we're going to have to pay for that too. Alexa, stop. All right. Yeah. All right. We're going to have a talk. Miss Alexa and I are going to have a talk when this is all over. So
now
Alexa,
I will admit, because I've listened to it enough times that she will listen to me on that particular command, right. But it's really weird on which one that it plays back. That's local, but you're going to have to leave a message. I hate getting calls during the. I have my phone silenced, right? But my watch still has to ring.
Technology is taking over, and that is not a lie, and that is not a joke. Technology is taking over. Just get ready for it. Just prepare in your mind. I don't know what I don't know what the answer is. I don't think there is an answer. But if you're, God, I'm so happy I'm the age that I'm at.
I went to the eye doctor just like last week.
Right.
hadn't been in probably a year and a half.
Right.
They gave me test and computer test with my eyes. You know, I'm used to going in there and they put a little puff in your eye.
Yes.
They put my eye, you know, in this thing, and I go,
Yep.
oh, you're going to put oh, no, we don't do that anymore. And they did these things like, it was like out of Star Wars or something. I mean, they were reading my eyes. It was getting different colors. And I'm like going, what are you doing to me?
Exactly.
So things that I never had done, I had done the last time I went to the eye doctor.
And I did the same thing. And it's funny you say that because of course I had the cataract surgery, you know, a year ago. And when I would go back for the follow-ups and stuff, they did that same thing. And I'm like, oh, the little puff test. Oh no, we don't do that. But you stare at something and it like you can hear it changes focus. It like goes in and out of focus, in and out of focus, in and out of focus. And it's reading how I don't know how they do that. Well, I'm not an eye doctor. I don't play one on TV or in a Hallmark movie. So, and that's a callback. So I don't know, but it's cool. It's awesome. And if it works, it works. Good for you. So
yeah, they did like two different tests on me that I had never had done before.
No idea. So
and I had retina, you know, I had a detached retina in the past. So I've had a lot of different eye tests and like, oh man, this is getting really psychedelic. And he even said, I go, man, I've never had that before. That was pretty high tech. He goes, wait till I do what I do next.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Awesome.
That was the one I said, I'm going to get the little puff in the eye. He goes, oh, no, we don't do that anymore. And he did the thing. And I go, oh, wow, okay, that was cool. He goes, you thought that was high tech. Wait till I do that. And then that's the one where you're looking in this little hole.
Yeah.
He goes, and it's going, or sound like a donkey.
It's the donkey eye test. I get it. It's the donkey. How did we get off on this tangent? I have no idea. So, folks, go check your wallet. Stop carrying all that unnecessary stuff. Couple of credit cards, a little bit of cash while you can still carry cash because that's going away too.
Oh, yeah, there's stores that you go into. Oh, we don't take cash.
Don't take cash. Don't want to handle it. And I understand that. I get it. And so with debit cards, and if I'm okay with that, but, and this is a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. When it gets to the point where there is no more cash, then we're in trouble. Then, when the federal government starts issuing their own little currency, their own little cryptocurrency, they call it a CBDC, central bank digital currency. That's when it's over. But that's another story for another day, and it's too depressing. So anyway, let's end on a happy note anyway. So I guess I'm going to deliver some pizza this afternoon. What are you going to do?
I'm going, actually, speaking of the doctor.
Oh boy.
I'm going to the podiatrist today.
The foot doctor.
And due to the fact that I do have type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
They like to look at my feet and trim my toenails.
Yes.
Which is nice to have someone trim your toenails.
I guess, because like old guys like us can't bend over that far.
And plus mine are anymore. They're as thick as a lead sheet. My toenails will protect better than a lead sheet would protect. That's what I'm telling you.
Thank you for that visual. That's not, I'm going to have that for the rest of the day.
So now, I have to go in and they clip my nails.
Right. I actually had a friend, and we'll protect his medical privacy, but you know him. We had a friend who actually had pretty severe diabetes and actually lost several toes because of that. And I don't know why it ends up affecting the toes the way it does, but I hear that a lot. And so, yes, go get yourself checked and keep all your fingers and toes in one place, please. Attached to you is good.
Well, like I said, nothing going to get mine because I have
steel toes.
Shielding.
Yeah. You don't have to wear steel-toed boots. Your toes protect themselves. Glad to hear it. Wow. What a wild and crazy show this has been, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking around through the whole thing. If you want to add your comments, please just head over to the Facebook page, BJ and Bill Podcast at Facebook. Just look us up or email us directly, bjandbillpodcast@gmail.com. All
right. And if you get slow, just deliver a pizza here to Claremont for me.
I can do that. I can absolutely
I'll take sausage and mushrooms.
Sausage and I'm not much of a shroom guy, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So you're fine. All right. I'm going to go do the pizza thing. You have a great week. We will talk to you soon. But until then, it's just up to BJ Odom to say,
see ya.